Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. It's your boy PBK9's giving it to you live on the PBC, the way I always do, fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. We got some dog talk to talk about tonight. We're going to touch on a few topics. Big shout out and big salute to everybody that's down in the chat, everybody that's listening, no matter where you're at across this world. Like I always say, man, much appreciation to everybody that been watching the interviews and different things. Some brothers didn't catch all the interviews. That's why I don't mind posting some of the older interviews that I did, because I know there's a lot of people that didn't get some of these interviews. You know, it's a lot of people that just subscribe to the channel that don't even know about the interviews, didn't even know about the second channel, any of that. You know, so it's much appreciated, man. Y'all checking the interviews and stuff out. You know, we're gonna get into this dog talk for the night, man. Hope everybody had a great day, having a great evening, having a great morning. Just depends on where you're at in this world, watching this video and when you watch it. You know, just depends on when you watch it. And we got some topics to touch on tonight that may ruffle a little bit of feathers. You know what I'm saying? And this bulldog game, it ain't hard to ruffle feathers in this bulldog game. Hey, salute to concealed carry, battle bred out there. And conceal Omar coming. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It ain't hard to ruffle feathers out here in this dog game, man. It ain't hard to ruffle feathers. John Demery, what's going on with your dog? Big salute to you. Appreciate you rocking with the bay tonight, man. First thing I want to touch on, we're going to jump straight into it, man. One of the brothers said down in my comments, when I dropped the Going Hard video, I want to say it was, I must not know what a Mayday dog is. You know, I'm not sure what comment that he talking about that I made, but I'm the one that got on my channel talking about brothers saying they got Eli dogs, brothers saying they got yellow dogs, brothers saying they got Jeep dogs, Bolio dogs, whatever line of dogs you say you got, but you only got that dog in your pedigree one time. I'm one of the ones that gonna get up here and tell you that, man. You ain't got no Eli dog. You got a dog with some Eli dog in it. You know, you got a dog with some yellow in it or some Jeep in it, but that ain't no Jeep dog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even sure what that brother was talking about, but I wanted to address that real quick. You know, like I said in my comments, I had dogs coming directly off the Mayday stuff, not dogs Mayday in the 5th generation and all that stuff like we're working with now. I was dealing with stuff that was coming directly off that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And the brothers that I was interviewing, they bred to the dog, you know. But one thing I want to know, is, since the brother asked me that question, I got a question I want to ask. You know, what Mayday family is the Mayday family to breed to? Which one of these Mayday breedings out of the 1,000 breedings that Mayday made is the breedings you want to follow? See, unlike the Big John line, the Big John line is one family of dogs. We not like the Mayday dogs. It's two different kind of strains of dogs when you talking about the Mayday dogs and the Big John dogs. When we get Big John, we got all our shit in one family, one group. You know, everything in the whole pedigree is coming down off Big John or Little John. When we talk about Mayday, you got Mayday bred to this, Mayday bred to that, Mayday bred to this, Victor bred Mayday to that, Victor bred Mayday to this. Which one of the Mayday dogs should you get? You know, is what I ask anybody. You know, you can't put them. It's hard to put them dogs in the same conversation when you're talking about knowing what you're gonna get and not knowing what you're gonna get. You know, you're not getting the same quality of every Mayday breeder. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a female that he was bred to. Mayday was good himself, we know, but you got a female. All the females want the same quality. All the females didn't come from the same yard. You know, Victor bred them to any and everything. So which Mayday dogs are, if we're going to say the top 5, which top 5 are the families that you want them from? We know Barracuda's a good family. You know, we're going to just say that. Barracuda, then who else? You know, a Barracuda with this, a Barracuda with that. You know, it's different, man. It's different. And one thing I want to say, this new generation of dog people, and I say new, I mean 2010 and up, you know, y'all made Mayday more famous than it was when he was living, you know, which a lot of dogs become more famous after they die later on down the line. But what I'm saying is, when Mayday was around, he wasn't, he wasn't on a level that a lot of people that never seen them dogs put these dogs on. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with the Mayday dogs and I didn't like the motherfuckers back in the days. You know, I say it right now and I'm gonna say it. I said it then and I'm gonna say it now. I'm big on yellow dogs, not Mayday dogs. That's not my only route to yellow is Mayday. Some folk, the only route to yellow is through Mayday, which brings you to Bolio. We dealing with the Mayday stuff. I mean, we dealing with the yellow stuff without the Bolio. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what I'm on, man. You know, the yellow without the Mayday, yellow without the Bolio. We going straight to Grand Champion yellow. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Big John family was consumed all in one line, one family. You know, bred to his nieces, bred to his nephews. I know what I'm gonna get. That's why it's so hard for people to understand when I say I know what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I know kind of what I'm getting, sort of what I'm getting. When you're dealing with that Mayday shit, you don't know what the fuck you getting. You know what I'm saying? You don't know because nobody knows. At least out of the 1,000 families, nobody talk about that. We always talk about Mayday, but we act like Mayday bred to himself. Mayday bred to a female named Mayday as well that got the same quality and traits that he got. Mayday bred to all different kind of dogs. And we still haven't said the top 5 Mayday families out of all the breeders that Victor made. Every last one of them breeders ain't top echelon dogs. And like I said before, I had dogs directly off that shit, and I didn't like them dogs back in the days when you compare them to the dogs that was coming straight off of yellow with no Mayday in them, no Bolio in them. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So when you ask me, I must not know what a Mayday dog is. I ask you, what Mayday family should these brothers and sisters out here be looking for when they looking for a Mayday family? That's strictly Mayday. You know what I'm saying? Strictly Mayday. Bang Mateo, what's going on with your big dog? Bang Mateo says, Pound and Cooper come from Mayday. Competing with dogs mean more than anything. If not, your line gets watered down by a generation due to inactivity. See, I understand what you're saying, Bang Mateo, but one thing I don't do, I ain't talking about like this show right here tonight or nothing like that, but I'm talking about me, myself, I'm not a conversational person that talk about competing on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what's going on out here in this game. These motherfuckers locking motherfuckers up left and right for talking about you competing in this game. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. I ain't the one to worry about competing. I'm asking y'all what lines, and it don't matter how long you've been competing or when you was competing. I'm asking you, which Mayday dogs should I get my family from if I'm going to a family of Mayday dogs? And like I said before, Mayday really don't got a family. He was a Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying? I know only person I know right now today that had a Mayday family that I can say, oh, I'm going to him because he been breeding these Mayday dogs and he been inbreeding, line breeding. Yard boy. You know what I'm saying? He got some Mayday dogs, but I'm not sure exactly which dog Mayday bred to get his dogs. You know, Street Rossi, what's going on with your big dog? I didn't like the Mayday stuff because it wasn't performing to the level that them yellow dogs that I had coming down off that toe jam shit back in the days was performing. You know, I just wasn't big on it. You know what I'm saying? And I was young, so I wasn't 30-something years old or 40-something years old. Then I was a teenager. So I did teenager things. And if a dog wasn't, you know, when you're a teenager, you just don't give a fuck about the dogs. You just want to take them out there and do something with them. That's why I say I didn't care about no papers, none of that shit, and seeing what certain dogs was coming off of. You know what I'm saying? But the Mayday stuff, if I bought 15 Mayday dogs, you know, the percentage of them dogs being great compared to the dogs coming down off toe jam and dogs coming down off the yellow stuff without that bolio in it was different, man. You know what I'm saying? Way different. Salute to all the turtle buster lovers in the building. My brother Edward Johnson said he's a Turtle Buster lover, man. Salute to all the Turtle Buster lovers. You know, I had a homeboy ask me about the Turtle Buster dogs, Edward, not too long ago, what I thought about them. And I got to give my honest opinion, just like I say about any other dog. If I'm not familiar with the line, I'm not going to talk shit about the line and say this the Turtle Buster dogs ain't nothing. I said it before. I had some Turtle Buster dogs in the past. I didn't get the paperwork with the dogs. The brother told me they was Turtle Buster. And at the end of the day, that shit don't mean nothing. But you telling me they is, they could not be Turtle Buster dogs. They could be these kind of dogs. You just telling me Turtle Busters. So I didn't have the papers on them. I got about 3 of them. They wasn't worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? Three red nose color dogs. Supposed to be Turtle Buster. I don't know how tight. That's why I say I don't know how tight Turtle Buster. I don't know how heavy Turtle Buster. They just told me Turtle Buster, you know. So I just don't know nothing about the Turtle Buster dogs, you know. But they put a bad taste in my mouth when I hear the Turtle Buster name. Somebody got to give me some Turtle Buster dogs that really make me smile for me to start thinking different. Because the ones, even though I didn't have the papers to them, it just the name that you told me when you gave me them dogs, it just left a bad taste in my mouth, you know. Street Rossi asked if it was another dog from the past that I could have other than Sambo. Why would that be? I ain't gonna lie to you, Street Rossi, man. I don't really know right now. You know, I'll probably say Yellow or Jeep or one of them dogs like that. But as far as any of the other dogs, off them dogs, I'm gonna take my dog Bo, man. I think at the end of the day, if I knew some of the things I knew once I got older, when I had Bo, man, I would have took half of them. I could have compete against any of the motherfucking dogs that we talk about on today's time. You know what I'm saying? I always said that Sambo would have beat his damn daddy, Champion Fatty. I said that back then, you know. But Eric Crossroad Kennel had got out the game around about 2004, you know, around about 2004, 2004, yes, around that area, 2005 maybe. You know, he got out the game. But at the end of the day, man, shit, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't drop Sambo for none of them motherfuckers. Cause I've been through the mud with that motherfucker and he came out on top. You know what I'm saying? And shit, a lot of them dogs that we call the famous dogs, they was catch weight dogs. Some of them dogs like Mayday, Big John, and these dogs 60 and 70 some pounds. These dogs never went head to head with dogs that's you talking about 47-pound dogs, 45-pound dogs. These dogs getting matched into dogs that's 47 and 45. Mayday and them didn't get matched into dogs that was their same exact weight. Them motherfuckers went into and Barracuda. Them motherfuckers went into dogs 10 pounds heavier, 5 pounds heavier. You know what I'm saying? And that makes a big difference, man, when you're going in catch weight and they ain't at the same weight. And we trying to talk about them in modern day time as, you know, to say how great these dogs were. How great were they really? You know, when you 5 pounds heavier than your competition, and you 10 pounds heavier than your competition. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about some things when it comes to bloodlines and the keeps and all that type of stuff. You know, but I'm just starting right here. I think this newer generation made Mayday more. The way we speak about him, it makes him sound like a better dog than he actually was. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of people that speak about him in this way wasn't even wasn't even bulldogging back in the days. Forget having a dog off Mayday, wasn't even bulldogging when Mayday was around. You know. Now Bang Mateo said that Cooper stuff is down in China. You know what I'm saying? And Crossroad Mayday stuff was, he had it bred every kind of way you were looking for it. Eli, Chinaman, Jeep stuff. Yes, sir, man. What Mayday family's brother Mateo told me a couple lines that's out there, that Cooper stuff. Um, he said the what other line? Bang, say the Pound Dog. You know, but is that a family that you can access right now, or over the past 10 years? That's Pound on top, Pound on the bottom. We're not talking about just Pound one time and they cross it into some other stuff. When we look at the whole pedigree, that shit going back to Pound or some Mayday dog, another Mayday dog, or that one particular breeding. You know, because like I said, we could have Mayday in the pedigree one time at the top, one time in the bottom, but that leaves, when you go to the fourth generation, that leaves a whole bunch of dogs on the top side and a whole bunch of dogs on the bottom side that ain't getting their credit because their name ain't as famous as Mayday name is. But Mayday get all the credit like he making your dog good. Now, one thing I will credit Mayday for is the genetics to have the dog looking like him. And you can look at a dog and be like, oh, that's a Mayday dog. A lot of the dogs you can. To say he that far away from the dogs now, you can look at a lot of dogs and be like, oh, that dog got Mayday in him. Yeah, I'll give him that credit. You know, I'll give him that credit. But I will say, a lot of people speak about that dog and make him sound like he was better than he was back in the days. You know, Barracuda. I just seen Barracuda on a damn dog that they talking about was termite. That shit didn't look impressive at all. And he was bigger than the dang on dog. You know, didn't look impressive at all, man. Now, the topic I want to touch on, because I'm going to talk about scatterbred dogs as well, scattered and line bred dogs. But the topic I want to speak about, and we can talk about this. Anybody that want to come up, they can come up and talk about it. Drop a link down in the chat. What matters more, you having a great dog, the keep or the conditioning program or the bloodline? You know what I'm saying? One brother asked that on Facebook. I seen it. He know who he is if he hear me speaking about it now. What matters more, the keep or the bloodline? Now, the thing I didn't understand really about or I understood it, but the thing the brother left off is the person who got the dog matters a whole bunch, man. A lot of brothers not giving themselves the credit that they deserve because you only saying the conditioning and the bloodline. You can have the best bred dog it is, but if you're not doing the right things with the dog, you know what I'm saying? That shit, all that shit is out the door. Big salute to Vance in the building. Hey Vance, if what my man name is, Boss Man Gold decide he want to come up tonight, I can drop that link for y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? But like Van say, the dog man matters, man. You know why I say the dog man matters even more than the keep and the bloodline? Because you can have the best bloodline in the world and give it to the wrong dog man, and it's gonna fuck up, right? You're gonna be stuck in one place. You know what I'm saying? But you could take a half-ass dog and give it to the right dog man, and he gonna do a whole lot with a half-ass dog. You know, the right dog man can. It can be a bloodline that ain't popping, no none of that. It ain't on your top 10 list, but the dog kind of halfway decent. Get that dog to the right dog man and watch how that shit unfold. Now you can take a yellow dog, straight pure yellow, straight pure big giant, straight pure Mayday, straight pure Bolio, Jeep. Give it to the wrong dog man and see what you're gonna come out of it. I'm a believer of a great dog is not a great dog with everybody. You could take Mayday and give him to somebody else, and they wouldn't have had him where Victor had him at. Or they wouldn't. For one, they weren't going to advertise him. Victor did two things with Mayday. He advertised them better than the average person would be have them advertised, and he turned him to a grand champion. You know, the advertising and the breeding he did, you would get that dog to anybody else. Maybe they wouldn't have been bred that much. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have been bred that much. Now, I'm going to disagree with you, Bang Mateo. I'm going to disagree with you on this. He said this is why Mexico passed us due to activity. I'm going to disagree with you on that because I always say this as well. Only thing Mexico came up with in the past 40 years is some Mexican Eli shit. We ain't got no Mexican yellow stuff. We ain't got no Mexican Jeep. We ain't got no Mexican Red Boy. We ain't got no Mexican Bolio. All we got is Mexican Eli. That's the only thing they came up with. If they was rolling like they say they were rolling, we would have the top of the line, best yellow dogs that came from Mexico. That would have been well documented. You know what I'm saying? Well documented. Same way we know that Cardenas stuff and them brothers ran that Mexican Eli. We don't got no yellow stuff like that. We don't got no Red Boy stuff like that. We don't got no Jeep stuff like that. We don't got no Bolio stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, everybody not going by the same rules that we go by over here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do it, man. You add this little rule. You take this little rule away. Take that little rule away. And then taking that away, you're adding that, it takes something from the process. You know what I'm saying? Take something from the process. Everybody don't go by the Cajun rules. You know, everybody don't go by that. You see how us brothers get up here and we argue all the time about scratch to win and the Cajun this and the scratch to win and the Cajun this. You know, I'm from the era where they did both of them. But I was taught the Cajun rules. You know what I'm saying? You stop scratching, that motherfucking show over. I'm going to give you a courtesy scratch, and that's a wrap. If I want to give you a courtesy scratch. If I feel like I ain't going to do the courtesy, then I'm going to pick my dog up and I'm gone. This ain't a show to see who dog going if your dog going to get beat by a cur. This a show to see which dog going to stop first. If you don't want to lose, make sure your dog going to stop. That's the way I came up. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, brothers always make the rules before they do the show or whatever. So if you do the show, scratch to win, you know, that's what you do. But see what Vance say? Now, if you talking about Vance say in Mexico, they have 20 seconds count on all the matches, you know. Now, if you talking about 20 seconds to come across that scratch line, that's a big damn difference. We ain't doing 20, we doing 10. Now, if you're doing 20, that's enough time for a dog that's curved out to get his damn breath back to come back over there again. You see? And even if it ain't true, just by somebody saying that, we don't know. You know, 20 seconds is a long damn time to be counting to say release your dog. 20 seconds to go across. That's a half a minute. Damn near half a minute. 10 seconds from being a half a minute. You know? 10 seconds from being a half a minute. That's a long time, man. So that's why I say I understand what brothers mean by the activity that the European brothers supposedly have and the Mexican brothers supposedly have compared to the United States with our rough and rugged laws that we can't get through, you know, to get the activity up to par. I understand all that. And I understand totally what y'all talking about, you know. But at the end of the day, these brothers in America, man, they top shot of bulldogs. They top line bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? Top of the line bulldoggers. You know, and my brothers in Mexico, they top of the line bulldoggers. But we all know in Mexico, it's a little more. You can't bulldog as freely over there as you can over here. And this is what I'm saying. If I go to Mexico and I deal with my brothers who I know in Mexico, and we going to do it for 50,000 or 100,000, I gotta make sure I can even leave that motherfucker country of Mexico because somebody might try to rob me. You know what I'm saying? Leaving out with that type of money. You know. Now we talking about the whole country of the United States. Can we talk about the whole country of Mexico the way we could talk about the whole country of the United States when it comes to these dogs? You know, Everybody from state to state knowing these bloodlines. Everybody from state to state, they sneaking. No matter how many dog busts I give you, these brothers still sneaking and doing their things or whatever, however they do it. You know, still doing it. But hey, man, you know, I always say salute to them brothers, but you can't knock the brothers in America. You know, and Vance said he's seen over 150 in Mexico, and if they count to 20, that's a long time. That's a long time. Salute the politic Rick in the building, Yellow One in the building. Yes, sir, man. Yellow One, I see you posting them good looking dogs on YouTube still. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother. Keep doing your thing. You know, keep doing your thing. And Bang Mateo, one time, man, I did a video, bro, about some matches that was going down in, I want to say, Japan or China or somewhere like that. And man, they had, I read the rules that they was going by. They had totally different rules than what we was going by. You know, forget the 20-second count. It was something else that they had going on. I forgot, I can't, say it right now, but it was something else that they had going on that, as far as their rules and stuff like that. So and this another thing, man. That thing is illegal in Mexico. That thing is illegal in Europe. And for some reason, my brothers keep coming back and saying it's legal in Europe, it's legal in Mexico. No, man, you just got places just like the country areas of the United States where it ain't no damn laws. Brothers move like it ain't no laws. And that's the difference between Mexico and the United States. They can probably persuade the law a little bit more than we can in certain areas. We can't persuade nothing over here. Maybe back in the 60s and the 70s and all that. But over here, we can't persuade nothing. Over there, they can change up things a little bit. Yeah, and pit bulls and Akitas, like you say, Bang Mateo, and bull gutters. Man, shit. Them other countries, they do it all, man. You might have a champion, but they ain't win against no true game pit bulls. They win against all this other stuff. And when it comes to being legal street riots in Europe and different places, I give you the news all the time, man. And half of Europe is banned. It can't even have a damn pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Forget being legal or not. You can't even have the dog breed over there. They got to lie and say it's a Labrador and this and this and that and put papers on it saying it's not even an American Pitbull Terrier. In some of them countries, the big ones. So, over here in America, it ain't banned in none of the 50 states. Some cities have bans on them. Some cities have bans on them, but the 50 states, it ain't banned in all 50 states across America. You go to Europe, they ban over here, they ban over there, they ban over here. They sneaking them over here. And this is the thing. If they do so good in Europe, why they get back over here to America and they don't hit on shit? I just spoke about them ship dogs, them Corona dogs, them LT Ray dogs. You know what I'm saying? You got Boogie Boy. They all do good over there. But when you bring them back over here, they seem to be a tad bit weaker. Tad bit weaker, man. Now, like I said, I think more than the keep and more than the bloodline, I think the dog man matters, because a good dog man go make sure that keep is good. In order to get a good keep on a dog, he gotta be a pretty decent damn dog man, and know what he's doing. And like Buffalo Soldier said, I want to say that Buffalo Soldier said this. A lot of people make it harder than it really is to do a good keep. If you're taking care of your dog and you know how to exercise your dog and get them right, you know what I'm saying? It don't take all the high sophisticated stuff that we want to be using. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bang Mateo says China is legal. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't gonna knock you and say, because I'm gonna say I believe you. But I'm gonna tell anybody this, boy, you better be careful what you're going over there in China to damn do. Get locked up over there, we won't see your ass for another 20 years. By some damn dogs, as you told I was legal. But You know, it could be, man. You never know. Salute to all my bulldoggers, man, that's in Vietnam and all them areas like that. You know, Thailand and all them areas like that. You know, brothers got bulldogs in all those spots. You know, uh, Serbia, like Bang Mateo say, Serbia. You know, only problem with these areas, they war-driven areas. You know, areas that see over here, we pretty much we don't got to worry about none of that type of stuff. Nobody trying to take over the government. No, no. I did a video where some of the famous dogs from Europe that I spoke about in my book, um, they was stolen during the war times when they had the wars and stuff over there in them areas like Serbia and the Czechs and all that type of stuff, you know. And brothers was missing a lot of dogs. That's stuff that we don't have to worry about over here, you know. We just focus strictly on the dogs, you know what I'm saying, and how to get them dogs right. Over there in Mexico and different places, you got to worry about a lot of stuff, man. You know, see, we as the United States citizens, we'd be happy to go to Mexico and do a little rolling because we feel like we free down there, or we feel like we can do something we can't do in the United States. But it's a lot of stuff you got to really pay attention to and worry about. We had people from my state that went to Mexico just to get a stomach lift, got kidnapped and all kind of shit and shot up, and I want to say one or two of them died. You know what I'm saying? Going to get a belly tuck. You know, and that was a couple years ago from my area. Just going to get a belly tuck. So imagine what they're gonna do to you going over there to roll some damn dogs. You might be all right when you're rolling the dog, but when you leave from rolling the dog, is what I'm talking about. When you leave with that money, if you won, you leaving with 50, 100,000, $20,000, trying to make it back across that border. Is what I'm talking about. Shit, if they weren't safe going to get a tummy tuck, I know damn well you ain't gonna be safe rolling no dog. Yeah, like you say, John Denver, you gotta know somebody, you know, pretty much. But that's anywhere though. You gotta know somebody. But I always be wanting to talk to my Mexican brothers, man, to see what lines did they finesse. Did they take anything besides that Mexican Eli? You know, take these red boy Jocko dogs and run it with the bolio stuff. What y'all got? What y'all flavor is that y'all had success with down there? I be trying to talk to my Mexican brothers all the time, man. My Spanish brothers, rather. You know, no, man. Hey Mateo, man. No, now I'm not gonna say nothing didn't happen from Dominican Republic, but it was some people from my area right here, close to me, like within a couple miles from me. You know, they went down there, a young lady and about three fellas. They went to Mexico, tummy tuck, and my Migo brothers rolled up beside them. Thought it was a Jamaican gang or some shit like that. Kidnapped them. You know what I'm saying? Kidnapped them and shot them up and all kind of shit. And some of them made it back home, but I think one or two of them died. Hey, Mateo say they don't call it Mexican Eli down there. I can totally believe that, Mateo. That's an American thing. It's kind of like a, what do you call it? It's really like a racist American thing, man. Mexican Eli, cause Mexican brothers got it. And I asked these brothers in America, they ain't got nothing called black Eli, a black yellow, a white yellow, white Eli. But the Mexican brothers got it, so it's Mexican Eli. That's kind of like a racist thing that kind of stuck around for the last 20 years, man, or 30 years, however long that Mexican Eli stuff been around. That's why, and that's why you ain't got no Mexican yellow stuff because they didn't make the name up. We made that bullshit name up. You know what I'm saying? For them brothers that had the dogs. The man who got them dogs that the T-Bud stuff and the Cardina stuff, and they didn't call them Mexican Eli. You know what I'm saying? These American brothers call them Mexican Eli. You know? But yeah, man, I think the bloodline matters, but I think the bloodline is out of the three, the person, the keep and the bloodline, I think the bloodline is the least most important thing. I think the man is the most important thing, and that's just my opinion. I think the keep is next, because you got a dog in shape, he can do some things, but it's gonna take a good dog, man, from the rip to do any of that stuff, you know. Boss Man Gold in the building. Boss Man Gold said Mexican means it's bred from Mexico. It's bred from Mexico, but the Eli bred from the United States. Mr. Boudreaux, you know, the dog don't originate, the Eli stuff don't originate in Mexico. So, you know what I'm saying? Every dog that they got in there came from the United States. So it could be Mexican Eli by way of the United States. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Boss Man Gold, the only reason they call it Mexican Eli, that's American shit that's going on. That's something these American boys call the dogs because they coming from the particular lines that they got. Left Mr. Boudreaux and Mr. Cardenas, left them. The Mexican brothers got it, bred it how they wanted it, and they start calling it Mexican Eli. Salute my brother Boss Man Gold in the building. Hey, Boss Man Gold, Vance say you could come up to prove he ain't no rookie if you want to. Hey, I ain't getting in that conversation there, boy. That one there a little too deep for me, Vance. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll let you and Boss Man talk about that one. Now they don't got dogs called European Eli. See, that's some bullshit there now. That's some bullshit, more bullshit about the Americans. Out of all them European brothers that been breeding, we don't call none of that stuff European Eli. We don't call none of that stuff European Yellow, European Jeep. None of that stuff. We only got the Mexican Eli dogs. You know, we ain't got African Eli. Only the Mexican Eli. And brothers bred these dogs all across the world, man. Their ways, the ways they wanted to breed, and had great success with them. I know brothers right now in Africa that people shop with that's making great breedings. You know, making great breedings. All right, let me see what a gangster and a gentleman saying right here. The Mexican dog, the Mexicans in Mexico don't call them Mexican Eli, but there's a difference in their Eli. Its crosses use a lot of the Carver Zebo stuff, in a sense, developing their own strain of Eli. Okay, okay. Bang Mateo say the older men in Mexico competed and rarely sold. You had a better chance of Mr. Rodriguez giving you a pup than selling you one. I did a video on Mr. Rodriguez one time. Did a video on him, man. Great dog, man. Paul Johnson, what's going on? What's going on? Cool Mac in the building tonight, man. Appreciate the brothers dropping in. Appreciate the brothers dropping in. Cool Mac said, I heard the Mexican Eli was actually a brother of Bolio likened unto the Eli because of his abilities. I can't say you right or wrong, Cool Mac. I haven't heard anything about it. I just know it's the Cardenas stuff, and I know the brother Rodriguez was running, some hellified dogs down there. Um, you know, I don't know, man. I guess the European Mayday will be Corona dogs. Well, Corona is coming from Ecuador, but it's a lot of that. That'd be South America. South America. Uh, so we really can't say the European stuff with the Corona. I always think European when I think Corona because of Croatia. That's why I always think European when I think Corona. Hey, give me the pedigree, gangster and gentleman of a Mexican Eli dog. Give me a name of a Mexican Eli dog, and I'll look it up real quick. You know, I got the pedigree in the background. Or any of y'all brothers, give me the dog name or whatever, and I'll look it up. Some of that Mexican Eli stuff, what they call Mexican Eli. Oh shit, damn boss man go. Boss man go, you see that? See what Vance typed down there? Boss man go. Oh shit. Business about to pick up now. Now, a boss man go say he seen a pet called Mexican Eli years ago. I'm not gonna say you didn't, big dog, but that pet that said Mexican Eli was a dog that somebody in the United States had, and they just wanted to name their dog Mexican Eli. That's where that came from. That wasn't where the name came from. Somebody in the United States had a dog that was calling the Mexican Eli blood, and they wanted to name their dog Mexican Eli. Cause I did a whole damn lot of research, and I did mad videos on that Mexican Eli stuff, and the brother Rodriguez name was coming up when it come to the Mexican bulldogs from back in the days. The Cardenas dogs, the T-Bud dog, and I asked brothers, what makes a dog Mexican Eli? And they was telling me the T-Bud bred of this or bred of that. Oh, Super Kennels Grand Champion Lupita. I'm about to look that up now, Vance. Let me look that up, fellas. Super Kennels, Grand Champion Lupita. See if that come up. Yep. Yep. Let's look at this dog right here. Let me take that banner off the bottom. Okay, let's see here. At Morphins of, I can't pronounce that word, but Cardina Show, Boudreaux's Mo, Clayton's Joseph, Riddick's Herman. We was talking about that Herman dog last time I went live. Got T Bell. That's what I meant to say, not T Bud. T Bell. T Bell. Okay. Yep. And then on the bottom side, we got Maloney's John. Let me see what that's coming down off of. That's your Carver stuff. Boudreaux right there. Boudreaux, Blind Billy. Let me check this dog, Grand Champion Hall and Sample Mushing. Bully Son. Bully Son. Bully Son. Eli. So we Eli at the bottom side, Eli on the top side. T-Bell. The T-Bell dog is coming down off Bully Son, Eli. Yep. Yep. That's a nice pedigree too. Super Kennels hit you with old Lapita, Boss Man Gold. He hit you with Lapita, man. He didn't even hit you with old 357. A Bang Mateo, I'm not sure. Bang Mateo say which Cardenas, Armando or Cardenas brothers. I'm not 100% sure, man, because I'm not real. I'm familiar with the blood, but I'm not a connoisseur of the blood, where a historian of that Mexican Eli stuff. So brothers know a whole. Only thing I really know is the T-Bell stuff and the Cardenas stuff people be talking about. I heard that name, Armando or Moldo. I heard that name before, but I'm not sure. Now, Gangster and the Gentleman said Armando or Moldo. The one that passed away. Yep. One of my homeboys had a nice damn Mexican Eli dog several years back. I'm not sure how the pedigree look. I could probably ask him with a dog, and I'll probably get that pedigree to show him one of my future shows. But that was a black brindle dog. It was a nice dog. I want to say he stopped though. Now, what I do want to talk about though is scatterbred and line bred dogs. Uh, we all know the difference between scatterbred and line bred dogs, but we had one brother. I heard one brother mention that he don't really look at scatterbred dogs as scatterbred dogs. They're just a dog with a bunch of great pedigrees in it, and this the difference between a scatterbred and line bred dog. You know, let me see. Hold up before I get into that. Vance said he had 4 champions from Mexico blood. Oh, Vance said he was one of the first brothers that used that Mexican blood back in the days. Yes, sir. Now, scatterbred and line bred. Scatterbred, a bunch of great dogs in the pedigree. Line bred coming off one particular family of dogs. Now, we can say a scatterbred is not a scatterbred. This is a pedigree full of great dogs. And that makes a great dog a lot of the times, you know. But this the thing, and I always say this: you can't pinpoint where your traits coming from, you know. And this is another thing: how many great dogs have we seen that weren't great producers? They just produce mediocre dogs. So I got a bunch of great dogs, known to know they was great dogs, but they didn't produce anything. It's a difference between being a great dog and being a great dog that's a producer. You know what I'm saying? And when you line breeding, you keeping them traits that coming from that great dog. If he producing, you know, you got them captivated in your pedigree. When you got a whole bunch of dogs in your pedigree, and it's this just I'm just using it as an example, they not producing shit, then ain't no point. You just got a bunch of great dogs in the pedigree, none of them producing worth a damn. You know, that's the difference, man. You know what I'm saying? And like we say, we can't pinpoint nothing. You know, we can have 10 great dogs in the pedigree, and what if 5 of them dogs is only great producers? The other 5 don't produce nothing good. They ain't good producers, but they was champions and grand champions. But they got a reputation for not producing great dogs. 5 of the dogs out of 10 that's in the pedigree of the famous names that we know. You got 10 famous names. 5 of them produced great. 5 of them weren't great producers, but they was good in the box. You don't know what you about to get when you breed these dogs. You gotta hope that and we can say, oh, we'll hope by any dog. But nah, when you line breeding certain dogs, if I got a dog that's line bred Jeep coming down off White Tab and Ramrod Tramp, and it's all line bred from the back to the front, coming off nothing but Jeep dogs, you know what traits you're supposed to have. If I got a line bred red boy dog, not Bailey's Bingo, but red boy, coming off of the other red boy dogs like Mr. Bulldog and Fanny and all these other red boy dogs. That's all you see in the pedigree. Then I know what I got there. But I can't look for that red boy stuff if I got 9 other dogs up there. 9 other great dogs, and 5 of them ain't producing worth a damn. I'm hoping that the 5 that were producing, some of that shit come out. It's too much guessing when you're talking about scatterbred. That's why I said, when brothers fill me into what the battle crosses was, I can understand that we talking about 3 to 4 line bred dogs bred to make a particular dog, in your pedigree. 3 to 4 different line bred dogs to make this particular strain of dogs that you got here. I can understand that. I got a heavy to pure bolio dog. I got a Big John dog. I got a red boy dog, and I got a Jeep dog, all line bred or straight Eli dog. All of them line bred, coming down from the sources, and we mix them together. So when we go in the pedigree, we look at that pedigree, we can see they knew what they was doing. They was breeding this, they was breeding that, and then they took that across that. We can see all that in the pedigree, But it is such thing as scatterbred, because your genetics and everything is scattered all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the thing I want to ask anybody. Once you scatterbred, can you tighten that up? Or should you just go with that male or female that you're breeding and start running it from there? He or she is scatterbred, but from this point on, you looking at him or her in the pedigree. You're not worried about everything behind that, and breeding it to whatever you're breeding it to. Line bred, we all can say, oh, we get 10 puppies, all of them ain't guaranteed or none of that, but you know that you got the traits from this particular line of dogs. You know what I'm saying? When you scatterbred, you don't know what color they're gonna come out. They could come out the color of the grandmama, the grandparents, the great grandparents. You don't know nothing about them dogs. You hoping that the father is a great producer. Even though he's scatterbred, you hoping that he's a great producer. You shouldn't have to rely on the grandparents and the great grandparents and the fourth generation. You know, you hoping the daddy is a great producer. Like with anybody, we hoping the daddy or the mother is a great producer. You know, but when you line bred, a lot of the time, not everybody, because some people line bred curs. You know what I'm saying? But you thinking from a dog man point of view, he line breeding off some good stuff. You know, breeding best to the best. Line breeding, same family. It goes back to what I'm talking about. You can say what you want about that Big John shit, but that Big John stuff is captivated in one capsule. I know what I'm getting. I can go back 8 generations of that Big John stuff. And until you get past Grand Champion Yellow and Red Boy and all that, ain't shit changing. You know what I'm saying? Grandkids, nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, uncles, all that shit bred together. With that Mayday, Victor bred it 1,000 times. Now it's gonna be even harder for these brothers out here in this system out here in the days time and back in the days to figure out which dogs were the best ones. He didn't have, oh, I got a Victor yard with nothing but Mayday dogs. You know, Mayday bred his daughters, nieces, nephews, and different things like that. We can't say that Victor had a yard that he was selling to the public like that. But we can say that about Big John. Salute all my brothers in Mexico City. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest cities in the world. You know, great city. And one thing about America, anybody who here, you know I'm telling the truth. They only gonna show you what they want you to see. A lot of these places, they ain't like the country try to portray it is. You know, you get to this place, like, oh damn, man, this how it is. I love it out here. You know what I'm saying? Because like I dropped the video earlier, because you watch it on TV and that's all they showing. The drug dealing, the gangsters, the mobbing and the killing and all that stuff like that. And you'll think that's how everything is when you go to these different places. Get out there, can't bring you back. Man, I ain't going back home. I'm staying, I'm finding me a girl, I'm chilling out here. You know? Performance and production. Cool Mac say the only 2 ways to tell, performance and production. Oh yeah, man. But I'm not gonna say one is more important than the other one. But what I am gonna say is we've seen a lot of performers that couldn't produce. If you had to have one, what would you rather be left with? Genetics rocking, what's going on, big dog? If you had to have one, you had to eliminate the other one, what would you rather have, the producer or the performer? The performer gonna give you more produce. I mean, the producer gonna give you more performers. See, you can't have, he can't be a producer if he ain't giving you performers. But he can be a performer and not be a producer. You know? Big shout out to my brother out there that asked me, do I have anybody that can speak Spanish? Because I got a brother that give me an interview, but he speak a lot of broken English. You know what I'm saying? Um, uh, I probably could find a brother that can speak Spanish and translate it to us, but you know how that go, man. I'll work on that. I'll work on that, brother. To my brother that asked me that, I'll work on that. What makes a producer is how they produce. Is what Brad Anderson said. Big salute to you, Brad. Appreciate you dropping in tonight, my brother. What makes a producer is how they produce. Yes, sir. And can he produce performers? That's what it's all about. Producing performers. And that's exactly why you can get a dog that's cold, but he can give you the best bulldogs ever because he's a producer. He may not have started up yet, but he's a producer. But this one over here, he's a 6, 7-time winner, and he dropped bullshit. He don't make puppies don't ain't worth a damn. You know, brother don't take pride when he trying to sell them puppies because he know they ain't worth a damn. But that's the thing now, Brad Anderson. That's the thing. A brother got a 7, 8-time winner. A motherfucker will get puppies off of him, and they'll make him to like the puppy's good. And you know that these puppies sorry as hell, just because they got them from a 7-time winner. Oh, the daddy a 7-timer. He ain't producing shit. And it goes back to what we was talking about earlier, man. If you're getting your dogs to the wrong people, you might think your dog ain't producing shit. Your dog might be a hellified producer, but you're selling your puppies to the wrong kind of people, and they're not doing the right things with your puppies. You know what I'm saying? They're not putting your puppies in a situation to win in life. You know what I'm saying? You sell them to a bunch of bullshit backyardians champions. You know what I'm saying? Backyard boogie breeders. So, oh man, this dog ain't producing. This dog ain't producing. Dog producing damn good. You just got to get them dogs to the right kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Lady, what's going on, big dog? I'm gonna drop that link, Boss Man Go. That's why I say, man, it matters a whole hell of a lot who gets your dogs. Okay, Vance said he gonna take the chance on a performer. And I can understand that, Vance, when you said you have no chance on your yard to be bred if you wasn't a winner. I understand that totally. I understand that totally. And I feel the way you feel about that, you know. But I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the producer. And really, it go both ways, man. It's a double-edged sword. Cause the way you said advanced, it made me think. You know what I'm saying? The way you said, you ain't got a chance to be bred if you want a performer. But it just depends on what you coming down off of as well at the same time. Now, you know, say you got a dog of say you got the last dog David Tant had before he lost his dog off Grand Champion Yellow. You know what Yellow was producing. Now you can go out there and try to roll that dog and knowing you can't get no more, or you can try to produce. You can breed that dog and try to produce you something. If you know how they supposed to be coming out, you can take that dog and breed them and try to get you some of that stuff. It is, in my opinion, it just depends on the circumstances of the dog that you're talking about.
Yeah, this
EJ, what's
boss
going
man. This
what's
boss
going on?
man.
What's going on, boss man?
Shit, man. Just cooler, man. Just cooler, man. On the job, man. I'm about to damn. I got 5 minutes, man. I got 5 minutes.
Oh shit, I feel you on that, dog. Told you
Yeah, man.
before you clock out or up here on the show.
I'm just on my break. I'm just on my
Oh,
little
okay.
10-minute break. But
Okay, okay.
yeah, man, I just want to ask Vance, man, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it knowledgeable, man. We ain't gonna I don't do nothing illegal, you know what I'm saying? Ain't trying to incriminate nobody or nothing. He was talking all slick last time, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep it professional, man, like men, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh
And
yeah,
he got some questions for me, you know what I'm saying? He wanna ask me to pick my brain, you know what I'm saying? I might have something for him, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
so so he wants this challenge, so I'm gonna let him start it off. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The advance the link down in the chat now if you want to come up. I'm gonna post it one more time. Oh yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you rocking tonight, boss man. Man, I appreciate you rocking tonight. Shit,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
yes sir, man.
I mean, you know what
PBC.
I'm saying? It's a lot to learn. You can never stop learning in these dogs, man. That's life. You know what I mean?
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
oh
ain't to
yeah.
know. I ain't to know it all. You know what I'm saying? To know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
in
you
my
one thing.
40s. You know what I'm
Go ahead.
saying? I'm still learning.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing, dog. When I thought I knew it all, I got my ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? And that shit sent me back to the drawing board for another year. Had to go back and
That's
figure
how
some
it be.
things. Had to figure some things out, dog. I thought I knew it all, but shit, boy. Somebody knew a little bit more than I did at that time.
Yeah, a lot of these youngsters, you can't tell them that, man. You know what I'm saying? They get a little dog or whatever with some little pretty pets and shit, and they think they on top of the world, and then shit hit the fan, then they looking sick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You right about that now.
You know
What
what
do you
I'm saying?
think?
Experience is always the best teacher, man. That's what I was taught at a young age. Experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? You can tell a person something, but you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Your own experience is gonna teach you better.
Yep.
But
You right about
wisdom
that.
though, wisdom come from that, and plus wisdom come from learning from those before you.
Yep. Yep. What do you think about the far as what you rather have, the performer or the producer and things like that? What you think about that?
I mean, it all depends on what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If if you in the performance sport, you know what I'm saying, performance. If you
Yeah.
in the, you know what I'm saying, producing, I mean, you still want to produce. I say both, really. I say both. You know what I'm saying? You can't really have the other one without the other one. You know what I mean? To
Yep.
me,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? They both go together.
Yo, yo, what's
So
going on? What's going on, big dog?
Hello? Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, he wanted me to come on the show. He can hear me too?
Yeah, he
yeah,
up
I'm
here.
here. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh no. No, so we can go on with the conversation because you said I got disrespectful. No, you was the one getting disrespectful saying that how I'm a rookie and all that stuff. So we could throw credentials up. You could throw what you won back in the days, very back in the days, how many
See now,
champions you
look,
got,
look, look, look.
grand champion.
I already explained that. Look here.
I
I'm not
mean,
finna argue with
that's
you,
the
go
only way
back
we
and
can
forth
show
with
it's
you.
either a rookie. We talking
Now
about
I ain't
30,
gonna,
40
hey,
years
he ain't gonna
ago.
over. Look. I ain't
Well,
gonna get on here and argue like some women. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
we're
I
not
don't do that.
arguing. We're throwing credentials up. You
You
said I was
argue.
a rookie.
Listen,
I was in all that stuff. So throw
I say you
credentials up.
talking like a rookie. You acting like a rookie by
Well,
some of the
I'm going
things you say. You know what I'm saying?
how I say
I don't care. No,
how
I
would I
don't listen. You
just like I
go ahead and
say,
talk.
I can like I
I
say,
don't, I
one
don't
thing
like to
about
tongue
me,
wrestle, man.
well, one thing about me, and I can tell and he can and right now, Hurst can he can
Ask
look
me
them
what you
all
gonna
right.
ask me, man. I got 2-3
No,
minutes, man. Ask me
you
what
don't
you
want to
gonna
throw
ask me.
credentials, but I'm gonna throw my credentials up. Only one person got as many grand champions and champions out in the history of dogs that's out there, and that's STP. You can ask Going Hard Kennels, and he can start looking them up. I got about 8 grand champions. I'm saying I can name them all right now. So I got credentials that I'm not a rookie. You could, know what I'm saying? He can look them all up. Besides Grand Champion Lupita that you see right there, I got Grand Champion Omega Red, Grand Champion Abbott. I made the first Grand Champion off a tab. Look up Super Kennels Grand Champion Abbott. Look up Super Kennels Grand Champion Omega Red. Look up Super Kennels Grand Champion Osama. Look up Super Kennels Scuffles. Look up Super Kennels Grand Champion Luger. I beat Grand Champion Mike. You can look up Super Kennels Grand Champion Pistol. Also, you can look up Champion 357, Macho Buck's dad. I bred him. So I'm not a rookie, homie. That's my dog. You can look up from champions. I can run Champion Tamale, Champion Rose, Champion Cha Cha.
Okay, man. You sound like you. Okay, bro. Okay, I got you,
So
man. It's
I
like you
can
read.
run
You
down. I
sound like
got
you reading that off
credentials.
the
Now
paper
you
or something.
start. Just
Look,
name
man.
about
Check this
5 of
out.
yours.
Look,
Name
look,
about
look. Check
5 of
this out,
yours.
man. Check this out, man. A lot of
If you
these
ain't got no
dudes on here.
credentials, I don't want to
But
talk.
let me talk, man. I just let you talk for about a good minute and a half. Man, don't start that
Okay.
female shit. I'm finna just hang
I ain't
up.
no female. I told you credentials. You
I
said I was
said,
a
don't
rookie.
start that female. See, there you go, man. Say, hey, BBK. I ain't got time for this beta male
Oh,
shit.
name some.
Oh, you know what I'm
Name some.
saying? See how
Prove your
emotionally you
credentials.
getting, bro. Listen. You don't tell me what to do, bro. Listen to what I'm finna say. You name what you want to name. I come on here to talk about what you know and your knowledge in these dogs.
Oh, I just know
I know.
if I
Listen,
got
wait, I'm
if
not
I
through
got
talking.
all
Let
those
me talk.
champions, I must have
Hey,
knowledge.
PBK. I know a
Yo,
lot of men that own dogs, but did they get in the box with them? That don't mean
All of them
shit.
I got in the box.
You know what
My
I'm saying?
count.
They
That's
put them
my
in the
count.
keep. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know a
Now you
key.
co-sign. Now you co-signing. You talking about your dog. Now you saying your count. Which one is
I
it, bro?
got a camp. Super Killers is a
See the
camp.
nigga
Me and
cut.
my clique.
See, everybody on here
Simple
listening.
champion
Everybody on here listening. See
357.
here
This
this
my dog. This my dogs. What are
PBK.
you talking about?
PBK.
now,
PBK.
now I will
You
say
know you
now, Super Kennels is a well-known name now.
hey, but he just contradicted
What are you
himself. He talking
talking
about
about?
him, and then he jumped to count.
Hey, I got a camp. What are
You
you
know what I'm
talking about?
saying? You know what I
What are
mean?
you talking?
I mean, you
I
speak
can get,
plain,
man,
bro.
come on, man.
But
I can get
listen.
go
What you want
ask
to talk
going
about,
hard
man? What
kennels,
kind of
Kirsch them
question?
and all them know me, man. What are you talking about? Now
Hey,
let's name your
I ain't on
credentials.
here. I ain't on here
Name
for the
your
fame,
credentials,
bro.
sir. Are you gonna
I
name
ain't
your
on here for
credentials
the
or what you
fame,
done in the
bro.
game?
Hey, I ain't on here for
Just
the
like
fame,
just
and
like when we talk about met
I ain't
like
on
hey
here to
Hirsch,
snitch on nobody.
hey,
But listen,
we
check
ain't
this out.
snitching. I'm talking
Hey,
about stuff that
hey,
was done in the early
BBK,
90s.
I'm
Hirsch,
gone, bro.
nobody wasn't
This,
using Mexican dogs back in the days. I'm one of the first. I got
Yeah,
Grand Champion Lupita, Champion Cha Cha. She's from there. Champion Tamale. These are Mexican dogs. They wasn't called Mexican Eli dogs in the 90s.
yeah,
Champion Cha Cha. She's a Mexican dog. Champion Tamale is a Mexican dog. You seen Lupita right there. You know,
yeah.
you could look up Champion Super Kennels, Champion Cha Cha, Mexican dogs. I got them dogs from Cardenas himself. I know Cardenas them. I done been at their house. I done stayed at their house. I know Bayonne.
That's
You know what
Tamale
I'm
right
saying?
there.
I done.
That's Tamale right there.
You see Tamale? You see, look at all Mexican bloods. I got that from Morphine, not Morphine, Miranda.
Yeah,
You know, I've been to Bayonne house. I done been to conventions all through the 90s. You know, I have credentials. You know what I'm saying? So if you think like, I've been to those shows, big conventions, man. Going hard them know. He'll tell you. He know me.
oh yeah.
All those
Hey,
dogs.
Boss Man Gold. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Before I knew who Vance was, he was just down in the chat, and he had to tell me that one or two times, and I got the drift. I kind of got the drift of what he was talking about, and he told me I had him in the book. Once he told me I had him in the book, it automatically it made my head go to that one dog. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell him I ain't dick riding or nothing, but I love that 357 dog, man. And you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Just by their Macho Buck credentials and the stuff that Macho Buck got and the fan base that Macho Buck got, just knowing that his dog the one created Macho Buck. You know what I'm saying? That's
mm.
that you ain't gotta name nothing else really. You know what I'm saying?
I got dogs like my son, my if you look up Super Kennels Grand Champion Omega Red, he's a red boy Jocko dog, which I got from South Carolina, South Carolina Kennels, who had all them dogs. You hear Red Boy Jocko dog. He produced as many champions he produced as many champions as 357. You just don't know about him because when the journal got popped, I didn't put them in the book.
Yeah.
So his
Yeah.
grand champion certificate ain't what you call it, but go on growing hard kennels, they'll vouch for all my dogs. You know what I'm saying? They know him. Matter of fact, go on his show. I did a show on there, Super Kennels, it'll say Super Kennels, Legendary Marlowe. That's me. I did a show
Yeah.
about 6 hours on there. Go on his ground, I got credentials. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't
I
gonna lie
just
to you, man.
I
I ain't
love
want
because you
I
brothers be giving knowledge. So I like to help other brothers. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I love
yeah,
what you
yeah.
brothers do. That's why I come on. But
Hey,
a lot of
and
times dudes don't know
yeah,
who you
yeah,
talking to. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hey, I didn't
Because
know who I was talking. I didn't know who I was talking to, dog. But like,
I got a resume.
hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I want to say this too as well. All us that was up here just now, all us in our 40s, we talking about stuff from the 90s. We ain't talking about no up to date stuff. When you know,
Yeah.
for anybody that's listening, you know, we ain't talking
Little
about
Peter
nothing up
like
to date.
93, 92, 94. Yes.
Oh shit, boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. You done. I can't even 93, boy. I was like, that's my first year in high school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't started
Mhm.
messing with them dogs like that
Yeah.
until probably like
But
my
but
sophomore junior year.
but you know, like I said, you got a good show. I like this. I like what you brothers doing. So I like to support. If somebody asks a question, you answer it. We all can do it. I've done it too. So if somebody might say something, I just throw a comment in there. But we don't have to get disrespectful to each other. But I have
Oh yeah,
credentials. You
oh
feel
yeah,
me? You know,
oh
you
yeah,
see me. I'm always talking to you. I beat man, but you do say challenge me. Well, get on here. Let's see how many champions you got, homie. Let's see what you did.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to
Don't
you,
get up
dog.
there. If
I wanted to say, I ain't knew the other champions you had, but I wanted to say 357 so bad, but I say, nah, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you do your
listen,
talking. I ain't got
I
nothing
can
to do
run
with that.
down
You know what I'm
grand
saying?
champions before I get to. I can run down grand champions before I get to 357. I can run down 8 of them, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You see, you know what I'm saying? I can run before I even get to 357. Just 357 probably the most famous. But look
yeah,
at my
yeah.
grand. Type in right now for the people. Grand champ, Super Kennels grand champion, Sonny Boy.
Okay.
We want to remember you always talk about Eli dogs or straight Eli dogs. That's not game. Look at Google Super Kennels grand champion, Sonny Boy. That's another one. You know, Google him for people. That's a straight Maverick dog, straight Eli dog. Well, we have credentials. So I'm telling the boy, I just want to see
I
the
don't, th-
brother name.
I
Hmm?
don't think he came up. I don't think he came up. But
He
Grand
probably
Champion
on it. He
Luger.
probably ain't on that new thing, but Super Kennels Grand Champion Sonny Boy. He's on a. If you could pull up this Grand Champion list, he's on the list. I I got about honestly, I got about 3 of them on there. I got 4 Grand Champions that I didn't even put on the list because in 2003 they was busted. So I got Grand Champion Omega that's not on the list. I have Grand Champion Luger that's not on the list. Grand Champion Pistols that's not on the list, and a Grand Champion Osama that's not on the list. That's because they got busted in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
Go,
I'm
like
not.
I say, you know, go on and anybody you could go on Going Hard channel. I know everybody. Hopefully everybody cool. They can see my
Yeah,
interview over there, and he'll
yeah,
vouch for it because he's running them down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So
I'm
when his brother
looking at.
shooting and being disrespectful, calling me a rookie, man, throw your. Let's see what you did. He ain't. I guarantee you, he ain't done nothing. That's why. I don't want to. Man, come on, man. But I appreciate you,
Luger.
brother, for letting me come on your show.
Hey,
You
I
know, I'm going
appreciate you
back
for
in. I'm gonna
coming
go back
up.
in the chat. I appreciate you. I'm always watching you, man. You know what I'm saying? I like what you're doing, but I want a brother to tell him the name about 5 champions and then get back at me. I can give him. I give him 5 of mine. I give him 5 of mine, and I still go against him. I take 5 off the list and still go against whatever he got.
Yeah,
You know.
damn. I'm looking
So
at Grand
yeah.
Champion China now. Grand
China.
Champion
Oh,
China.
I forgot about her.
7-timer.
Hmm.
Damn,
Yeah, that's my homeboy though. I forgot about her.
damn. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but a lot of dogs probably ain't pulling up because a lot of those dogs probably ain't pulling up because they switched over from the the pedigree online ain't up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Let me see.
but yeah, man, I appreciate whenever he come back up, I'll just tell him to throw out in the chat some champions, man. Just name us some champions. See if he was in the game. But what you call them back in the days, what you call them dudes when they just run their mouth in the chat. I think you say
Flunkies.
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 Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't want to what you call it. No, let's see if you were a flunky back in the days. Let's see was you a flunky or you just running your mouth or just sit there and enjoy the show like you're supposed to if you're a flunky. We
Yeah,
go, you know what I'm saying? If you don't deserve it, don't run your mouth like you was somebody if you're a flunky. That's what I want to see.
yeah, yeah. Now you call out a
Yeah,
lot of grand champions up here. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
yeah,
You call up,
that's my dogs. Yeah,
you call a lot of them out, boy. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Go look, man. Some of my best. Go look up like Grand Champion Luger, smoke, smoke champion. Mikey from out of what you call it. They tried to sneak him on me. I ain't even know they was bringing him. Smoked him. Look at Super Kennels Grand Champion Luger. Jeep Red
That's why
Bulldogs. Y'all just
I
know
had
357.
yeah, I had Luger up there just a few
Hmm?
seconds ago. I had Luger up there just a few seconds ago.
Oh, you had him up there? You see him? Monster. Monster. Okay, monster. Monster. See how he bred? He tab. I had the first grand champion off of tab. Grand champion Abbott. I'm the first. I made the first grand champion off of tab. You know, we had a nice little camp. You know what I'm saying? My kennel. We had a nice camp. Everybody was bulldog, and everybody did keeps.
There
It's the
go another
dog
one.
man. The dog man.
Grand Champion
The
Abbott.
dog man
Oh,
is what. The reason why the dog man most important. I'm gonna answer your question before I get up, bro. The reason
yeah,
why
go
the
ahead.
dog man is important, besides he know how to do a keep, he know how to pick a bulldog. I've
Yeah,
seen many dudes that don't know what a bulldog is. So the dog man pick a bulldog, and then he got a good keep. I know many good brothers that got good bulldogs that I knew I could have made grand champion with, but they consistently can't bring them right every time because they wasn't good. So I'll give me the good dog man over anything.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I I definitely feel you on that, man.
Yeah. But I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna let you keep running your show. I always enjoy it. That's why I'm always whenever you post something. Thanks,
Hey, I
bro.
appreciate you. I appreciate you coming up too, man.
All right, thanks.
All right. Boss Man Gold, I appreciate you coming up tonight too, man. I appreciate you coming up tonight. And when I go live again, you can come up whenever you get off. And I know you working. You say you was working right now. And I know Boss Man say he working, so he said he only had 5 minutes when he came up. You know what I'm saying? So I know he pissed off he can't talk no more because he had to go back to work or whatever. And so shit, we'll have that conversation again, man. But you left us a bunch of grand champions to look at that he gotta think about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, dog, because like you said something a few minutes ago. We talk sometimes brothers be in this chat and we don't know who we talking to. And I take that. I say I didn't know who I was talking to until you put me in check, you know what I'm saying, and let me know. You ain't had to do that many grand champions on me for me to know what time it was, you know what I'm saying? I just, once okay, oh shit. Oh, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I had to, bite my tongue because I wanted to tell Boss Man Gold, man, that man got some good dogs now from the past, And Boss Man Gold, remember, we're not talking about nothing modern day time, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about, we're not gonna call Boss Man Gold no flunky or nothing like that, because he came up and he was talking about, his dogs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna, we just like the brother said, it's about credentials, man. When they talk shit to me, I don't got as many grand champions as that brother had, but I go back to the ones that I had that was good. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk about the ones that I had that were kicking ass or whatever. So that's what it's about, the credentials, man. In this dog game, we can't. I can't say City Boy a bullshit bulldog, but when City Boy get up here, he start talking his credentials. The credentials make you shut up. When I was talking about bucking them brothers, when I was talking about them brothers, I say, where's your credentials at? Where your credentials? You're not bringing no credentials up. So when you don't bring credentials up, you can't talk shit about the brothers with the credentials. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like same thing Pro was doing, Pro Gaming Mag. He didn't have no credentials to be talking about brothers that had credentials. And it don't go, it sounds funny to some people. They laugh and they joke sometimes. But at the end of the day, you got to have credentials, man. The down another dog man with credentials, you know. Um, so like I said, we'll get that conversation started up again. Boss Man Gold, man, I appreciate you coming up rocking with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, uh, when you came up, you established that you didn't want to disrespect nobody or none of that. So I can respect I respect the game. You know, I let y'all brothers talk. I try not to get in the mix of it or nothing like that, because I know when somebody tell you that you don't got credentials and you really got credentials, that shit pisses you off. You would want to go off. So I let y'all brothers talk, man, and get y'all rocks off or whatever. But you say you only had 5 minutes, and I understand that you had to go back to work, and salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. Let me talk about this. Let me switch the subject real quick. Let me talk about this. Because we was talking about scatterbred and line bred and all that. But I want to talk about this. Breeding to dual males. I spoke about that a while back, and I heard Tom Garner speaking about it today. Breeding to dual males is going to be a big thing in the future. You know, all you got to do is get your dog DNA. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting your male's DNA and the female DNA, you're going to be able to tell who the puppy's coming off of. The puppy going to be off one male or it's going to be off the other. This is something that wasn't available to brothers back in the 90s. You know, you had to go off strictly on looks. Strictly off looks. But nowadays, you can do the DNA stuff to see, oh, who the daddy of these puppies is, who the daddy of these two puppies, the two males right here. You can do that now. So I can see that being a real big thing in the future, to where brothers can save time. You don't gotta wait two heats to breed. You could breed two males to your female right now. Say you got 6 puppies and 2 of them be off this male and 4 of them be off the other male. You know, you cut a whole damn breeding in half. You don't gotta wait on her next heat. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that really being a big situation in the future with brothers using that and DNA in it. And now it helps also because you got your dog DNA in the system. You know what I'm saying? So now we talk about more dogs. The more people do that, the more dogs you got in the system that's DNA. You know what I'm saying? Archie asked about the Sundance blood. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about the Sundance blood. Say last time he heard it was up in Canada. Hey Archie, that's something else I've been trying to get, dog. That's something else I've been trying to get. Some of my Canada Bulldog brothers, not necessarily to speak, some stories. Just to hear about how they was bulldogging in Canada and what kind of dogs they got in Canada, what kind of bloods they like in Canada, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get that Canada dog talk, man. Hey, I tell you what, boy, when I had Sambo, my mouth got my ass in some trouble with that motherfucking dog. One dog, I ain't gonna lie to you, talking some shit that I ain't really knew what the hell I was talking about, and went on the wrong person that day. You know, went on the wrong person that day. And like I said, I'll tell you, Vance put me in check one time when he first started fucking with my channel. At least when I first started seeing him rock with my channel. Shit, he had to correct me. It ain't take me long as it take, may have took Boss Man. You know what I'm saying? I respect the game, I respect the game, man. When you put that work in, the kind of work that brother put in, shit, you can't do nothing but respect it, man. Can't do nothing but respect it. Now, Marty said he seen some. I want to think he talking about the Sundance stuff. Say he seen some a few years ago cross with the vice grip stuff. Yes, sir, man. I ain't gonna lie though. This ain't got nothing to do with the brothers that was talking just now. But when you got credentials, man, you don't like for somebody with no credentials to talk shit to you. I'm gonna tell you that shit now. That shit pisses you off. That what pissed me off about Buck City and them motherfuckers. These bitches ain't got no damn credentials. These motherfuckers just talk shit. Man, listen here, man. Respect, put some respect on my name like Birdman say, man. Shit. That same thing damn Vance said, man. You gotta respect the game, man. That's all it is to it. If you got a dog with Macho Buck blood in it, or if you respect the Macho Buck stuff, you gotta respect Vance. Cause he the reason you can get the Macho Buck stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect it. Now, Vance, I'm gonna tell you what I heard, Vance. I didn't get a chance to ask you this, but I'm gonna tell you what I heard. Your Sonny Boy dog, I heard was a better dog. Make Barracuda them look like shit. You know, 357 too. I heard Vance say that Sonny Boy dog you was speaking about. Say he was a bad motherfucker. I heard that shit, boy, through the grapevine. Say Sonny Boy make Barracuda look like shit. 357, and a couple more of them. them high ranking dogs. No, not saying your high ranking. I'm talking about out there in the game. See, that Sonny Boy dog you had was a motherfucker. Shit. Hey, I'm just glad to be able to brush shoulders with the motherfucker that had 357. I wasn't blessed to have them dog. I always tell you, 357 is one I wanted. You know, some offspring off of him was one I always wanted. Something off 357. But shit, I'm just glad to say before I hung it up, I had a chance to brush shoulders with the brother that had 357. You know what I'm saying? A whole conversation with the brother that had 357 and them dogs, man. Shit. That's all I'm proud to say. Yes, sir, man. And I want to say a big shout out to the brother that was on Facebook that asked the question, what's more important, the keep or the bloodline? Because you got an answer from me. You got an answer from the brother Vance tonight. No, you got an answer from several people tonight, you know, about that particular question. Yes, sir, man. Let me see which dog this is I got up here still. This the Abbott dog. We might as well look at a couple of them dogs. Super Kennels is calling out. This the Abbott dog right here coming down off White Tab. I had a I'm gonna say a handful of White Tab dogs. I liked them. There's White Tab on the top side, Red Boy. All right, White Tab is a Jeep Red Boy. On the bottom side, we got Boudreaux's Pretty Boy. That's coming down off of your Eli stuff. That's an Eli dog, that Pretty Boy dog right here. In the 4th generation we looking at. Let's check out this Frank dog right here. That's Boomerang, right? That's a Boomerang dog, Carver stuff. Boomerang and Bolio. So this Abbott dog so far, to where I reached at right here, he looks to be a Red Boy Jeep, Eli, Bolio. Let's go down to Woods Bart. That's your snooty stuff. To the Spike. Long's Rivertown Ripper. Check that bitch out. That's your Cotton's Bullet and Boomerang, Mo Boomerang, all in the 4th generation. Woods Pool Hall Red, 3rd. And this the Abbott dog. Grand Champion Abbott we looking at. Check this last dog down here at the bottom. That's your Rascal. Orphan Annie. Hey, let me pull up a dog real quick. Remember that dog I was telling y'all about that passed out when he was 12 years old? I bred him and he passed out. I'm gonna pull him up real quick because he got some rascal in him too. And I wanted to pull that up because I never knew he had rascal in him. This the dog I had it in I want to say 2012. I had him in 2012. He's coming off a yellow sun, toe jam on the top side, razorback jewel on the bottom side, and he's got the rascal stuff in him. Wood snooty. One of these dogs I seen, the Rascal dog. I think it's this one, Abernathy's Bosco. Yeah, yeah. So I was breeding this dog here. He was 12 years old in 2012. This dog was born in 1999. This dog right here we looking at right now. You know, and I remember when it was puppies, because I remember Crossroad had them off of Toe Jam and Razorback Jew. You know, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the dog that Sambo caught, that he caught his first DOA on, was a Toe Jam. I want to say it was a Toe Jam and Chinaman dog, but it didn't look nothing like the yellow stuff. It was a black, skinny dog, looked like kind of like Chinaman. Had a white blaze in his face. And that dog was straight off a Toe Jam, the first body that Sambo caught. And I want to say he might have been on Razorback Jew, but I'm not 100% sure. But this dog right here we looking at is the dog that I bred in 2012. I didn't raise this dog. My homeboy raised the dog, and he let me get the dog. I kept the dog for a little while, made a couple breeders off of him, and then I let one of my other homeboys, I let him get it back. Let me see if I can pull up his offspring. Here go another one that I had. That's one of his sons that my homeboy let me get as well, and I let my homeboy get him. I had that one. That's yellow on the top. Then we got the yellow stuff on the bottom, fatty on the bottom. But my homeboy let me get this dog. He made more breeders with this dog than I did. I only made I want to say one breeding with the dog. I bred him one time. That time that he passed out, my homeboy had to do damn CPR on that motherfucker. He ain't blowing his mouth. He pumped his damn chest a little bit, shook him up a little bit. He came back to life. I don't know if he got too excited or what, but that motherfucker passed out after he got that ass. Oh shit. Boss man came back. Boss man, what it is, man? What's going on? What's going on, boss man?
Hey, I had to go to the bathroom real quick, man. I'm still listening to your show though, but check this out. I just asked this fool, who is Kevin? I asked this fool, do he know Kevin? Now everybody on this live, go to Google Super Kennels, and go to contact us as the owner. Kevin Knowles is the owner of Super Kennels. Now I just asked this fool in the chat 2 minutes ago, do you know Kevin? He said, Kevin from where? See, this fool, man, he's an imposter, man. Y'all up here listen to this imposter, man. Come on, man. Don't fall for the flim flam, man. You know what I'm saying? He on here talking about he only one man had more champions and all that to him. I guess he had more than Bert Searles. You know what I'm saying? Carver, everybody. Man, he on here clout chasing, man. That's what he doing.
Hey, I'm gonna stick up for him on this. No, I ain't saying what you saying wrong, but what I'm gonna say is Carver them ain't known for champions. You know what I'm saying? Bert Searles, he might be had one or two or whatever, but they ain't really known for having a lot of champions. You know, they known for having their good yards they had.
Bert had about 20 champions, man. Bert had about 20 champions.
Hey, Vance said Kevin was a kid and never been to a match.
But he got like he didn't know who Kevin was.
See, he's a kid.
Why is Kevin the contact for Super Kennels? It got a picture of 357 and all that, but he didn't know who Kevin was. But now I see he done Googled it and seen it. See what I'm saying? Tell you, man, y'all don't fall for all this stuff on the internet, man. Y'all don't fall for it, man. A lot of these guys on here buddy with guys they know who was out there in that fast lane. They wasn't really in that fast lane. He might have betted a couple dollars or something. You know what I mean? Don't fall for that, man. I'm a man. I believe what I see, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe everything I hear. You know what I'm saying? I grew up like that. Don't believe everything you hear, man, and half of
Yeah.
what you see.
He
You know
said
what I mean?
that's his homeboy nephew.
Oh, now he know who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Now he know who he is. But I thought he owned Super Kennel. He was saying earlier he is Super Kennel. All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? See, when you got receipts, man, you know what I'm saying? You always gotta be careful what you say, man. Cause somebody gonna always do some research. You know what I'm saying? That was just a little petty research right there. Just quick and simple.
You can hear me? Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah, yeah,
Can
yeah.
you hear me?
You
Man, you can see that's
we can
why
hear
you
you,
know
bro.
this. First of all, that's why you can. That's why you can.
Look.
That's
There
why
you
you know
go.
that this dude ain't
There you
done
go.
nothing to dogs.
There you go. Look at
Listen,
it.
look at what my name says right there, and look at the pedigree. It'll say Seals and Nose 357. I own 357. Kevin, what didn't he was a little baby when we was doing matches. He never been to a match.
You said you didn't know
Okay,
who Kevin
he
was.
was
You
a little
said Kevin
baby.
from where?
I had to think about it. Once you talk
There ain't
about
nothing
it,
to think
you got
about it. Ain't
listen,
nothing to think about. You should. Hey,
dude.
that should have like been a light bulb in your head.
So I gotta
See,
remember.
there you
I
go,
gotta
y'all.
remember
See,
my
there you
friend's
go.
nephew.
Look.
I gotta remember my.
He in the
Hey,
hot
I tell
seat.
you
He
what.
in the hot
On
seat.
live right now. On
Look,
live
he want
right
a tongue
now.
wrestle like
Call
a
going hard
female.
kennel.
Hey, I'm
On
gone,
live right
PBK. I
now.
just had
Call
to put
going
that
hard
out there,
kennels.
bro. I got to get back to work.
Hey,
I got to get back to work,
won't you call
PBK. I
going
just want to
hard
put
kennels
that out
right
there,
now?
bro.
Go and call going
He won't
hard
even let
kennels
me
right now.
talk. Look at him. Look at him. Just like a woman. What?
I see you ain't name no. Did you name a credential?
Hey,
Name a
hey,
champion.
hey, hey,
Name a champion.
hey.
Name a
Listen at
champion.
him. Listen at him, y'all.
Name a champion. Name a
Hey,
champion. Name a
don't tell me what
champion.
to do, bro. Look at it. You just like
See,
a
you ain't
female,
got
bro.
not one. You can't
But you
even
like a
listen.
female,
You
bro. You
can't
don't know
even
what I
hold
got,
my.
bro.
You
Listen,
name a
bro.
champion. Name
Bro, I don't
5.
know you,
Name
bro. I don't
2.
know shit about you, bro. I come
Like
on
I
here.
say,
I told PBK.
one
I
thing
told
about it.
PBK. I'm
Hey,
talking to
PBK,
PBK. You be
won't you
quiet.
call going hard kennels
PBK.
and tell them to get on
This
right now?
nigga here, boy.
Call
This
going
nigga a
hard kennels
bitch.
and tell them to get on
You
right
are
now. I bet
old,
you
man.
they'll
You
tell you
too
they know me.
old. Hey, if you old school, you too old to have no respect, bro. That's one thing,
But
man. You
you
like a
saying that
female,
I
bro.
don't know someone.
You like a female, bro. You must have been raised by your
See, you
mama,
go to
bro.
all the see.
You got
That's the
them
reason why
feminine
I had to
tendencies,
spank
man.
you because you go to
Your
all the
daddy,
name.
your daddy,
You notice
your
when
daddy should
you
have been
notice
in
he
your life,
turning.
bro.
They you
You
notice
acting
they
like a
turn when they don't
straight
got no when they
beta
can't got
male, man.
no credentials. He's turning when they start going to name calling. That's a turn.
Yeah.
Turn when he can't name a champion. He's turning. No
See,
credentials.
you
That's all you
on here trying
got.
to make jokes, bro. Look, bro,
I ain't joking. Name a
I'm being straight up,
champion.
bro.
Show the
I
people
done,
you a dog man. Name a champion.
hey,
You a
you trying
flunky
to
just
change
like
the
them dudes
subject.
on the.
I done pulled up
Hey, he's a
receipts, my
flunky like
nigga.
them dudes on the
I done
other
pulled
channel
up
that be
receipts,
got
my
dog
nigga.
that got dogs. PBK.
Your name ain't even on the website. You didn't even know who that dude was. Get the fuck out
The
of here,
dude
man.
that you talking about
I
on
was
a
born at
website, who
night. I
cares
was
about it?
born at night, but not
Call
last
going
night.
hard
I wasn't
kennels
born
and
last
ask them did
night,
we ever
fool.
drop an
Hey,
ad.
I'm
We didn't
gone,
put no
PBK,
ass up,
man.
nigga.
Look,
I ain't got time arguing with no woman, man.
Name a champion. Name a champion, man, and get off the
I ain't
line.
got time arguing with no girl, boy.
You turning,
Boy,
you
girl.
turning. See, they turn when they can't say nothing they produce. PBK,
Nigga,
ask
you
them just
won't
to
even
name a
let me
champion.
talk.
Okay, name
Nigga,
one.
you won't even let me talk.
Okay, name one.
You just only overtalk me because you trying to make yourself look
Name
good.
one. Name one.
You know what I'm saying? Then you trying to tell me what the name. Like I
and
told PBK earlier
Name
when
a
I came on this
champion.
show.
hey,
PBK, what I say
now
when I came on this show,
PBK.
PBK,
Okay, PBK,
me and you
ask him to
now
name
talking.
a
go chat.
champion,
Hey,
please.
look
Go
at you.
go.
Look at it.
Hey,
I'm trying to
this.
talk.
Let me say this. Let me say this real quick, and then y'all can get back. All y'all gotta do is name champion for champion. If he called one, you
Okay,
call one. If he called one,
thank
you
you.
call one. If you
I don't do no legal shit. I don't do illegal shit.
now
I
we
ain't
talking
did
You
about
no
ain't
when
got
we
no
legal shit.
talking
credentials.
about
Get out the
we,
But
channel,
hey,
man. You got
listen,
no
check this
credentials. We
out,
talking about
PBK.
50 years ago.
Hey, PBK, when I first got on here before this clown came on, I sat there and said, man, we're
He's
gonna talk
turning
like
again. He's
respectable.
starting to snap.
Look at it.
He's starting to snap.
PBK. PBK,
yo,
I'm a man of my word. You remember me saying, I ain't reneging. You remember me saying, we're gonna talk about knowledgeable shit. Ain't gonna be no
yeah.
incriminating, nothing illegal. I ain't gonna
Oh
talk
yeah,
about nothing. We ain't gonna talk about that. Now that's what I said.
oh yeah,
You
oh
know what
yeah.
I'm
Now,
saying?
but we
Now
talking
that's
about
how I
everything
that,
from we talking about stuff from the
and I
'90s
stand on,
and no,
but yeah, I'm standing on business
You
for
said I
what
was a
I said.
rookie.
You know what I'm saying?
You said I
But
was a rookie. You
this
said I was a
man,
rookie. So come up and
this
prove that
why
I'm
you
a
keep
rookie. I just
repeating? Listen at him. They just keep repeating themselves. You just
why
want to
he
be
don't
loud and be heard. You like them hoes on Love and
he's
Hip Hop.
turning.
You just
Why
want to
he's
be big.
turning.
You want all the show and the fame and want to be seen, man. Go put a dress
He
on,
want
man.
to
Go
be
to bed.
seen. I'm asking you to name a
Yeah,
champion.
you
Just
will. You trying to be
you
loud and trying to talk over me. Like men don't do that, bro.
Man, you don't. Men,
You know what I'm
if a
saying?
man
Men
says
don't do
something,
that.
he backs it up. Back up what you said.
Listen,
Yeah, you're right
listen.
about that though.
I said
That's
that
where
you
I'm
talking
from.
like a. I said you typing on here like a rookie. Now I ain't gonna keep talking about the same shit. Oh,
Well, I might.
we
You
talked
but
about this 20, 30
the
minutes
things
ago.
that I've
Now look,
said, maybe you don't
but
understand because
look. And I
I'm
told
considered
you.
a top dog man. I was
Listen,
always
I
considered
told
that.
you. That's what you say. Well, I ain't never heard of you. But listen, I'm gonna tell
You
you
ain't never
something.
heard of Super Kennels? You ain't never heard of me?
I heard of Super Kennels. I got Super Kennels in my
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
don't know who you
So
is, nigga.
you
You could be
heard
an
of me?
imposter. Hey, that ain't
How?
you. That ain't your name. That's
Ask
the kennel
anybody.
name. Ask
That's part of
anybody. Man, ain't finna, look, check this out, man. Check this out. You talking about some
we.
old shit. I know you've been waiting on it. You done lost sleep all week. You couldn't wait to damn
Yeah,
say
I
something.
couldn't because I
Talk
like
about
creaming
all
niggas.
this
You're
shit.
right.
But
I
look though,
like
no, you ain't
creaming
creaming
people.
nothing here, cause you got, like I said, I believe what I see.
Let's
You
go
just
champion for
talking.
champion.
You
Let's
know
go
what I'm
champion for
saying? You
champion.
just talking. Talk is cheap,
Man,
bro. You know what I'm saying?
and
But I got
how
on
I'm
here, we're
talking,
gonna
I
talk
prove
about
what
some
I've
knowledge.
done.
You
I
said that you
prove what
was a
I've
smarter
done.
dog man than me. The whole point was that you were gonna prove you was a smarter dog man than me last week. It wasn't nothing about
How
what
can
you got. Then you talking about some name
how can
all.
this I prove
Come on, we're gonna name
PBK?
all the. Look,
Yeah.
you ain't even
PBK.
finished talking.
Because that
Nah,
don't
Hey, I'm
sound
gone,
PBK.
PBK, man.
How is the only way I can prove that I'm a smarter dog man and you are by proving that I've got multiple
oh,
champions?
only way y'all can do it is go champion for champion. You know what I'm
That's the only
saying?
way. You compete.
That's the only way y'all gonna be able to do it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we talking about stuff from back in the days. I already verified that. We ain't talking about nothing. All of us over 40. We talking about stuff from back when this shit was a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you could do it. Champion for champion. You call out
And
3v7, he call out a champion. You call out Abbott, he call out a champion. See, I know your dogs. You done call them out now. Luger,
and and
he call out a champion. You Lupita, you
and,
call out a champion.
and ask going hard. See, it's going hard in the kennel. And ask is this me? Is this Super
I
Kennels
just
right here?
I,
Ask going hard
I,
in any chat.
I just text going hard, but he ain't hit me back yet. He might be
Okay,
in the
sometimes he might be listening. I would say, ask them, is
yeah
it me? You know what I'm saying? He knows me.
yeah.
He talks to me on the phone. I can call him right now.
Hey, I believe you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I believe you. Shit, everybody gonna feel how they feel, man. But shit,
Matter of
I
fact,
respect
I'll
the
tell you
game. I
what.
respect the game, dog.
Hey, matter of fact, if you want to, go to Going Hard Video, type in Super Kennels, Legendary Marlowe, and see if that's the same person talking right now. Play the video.
Yeah.
See if
Oh,
the same
hey,
person, that's the same person
no.
talking.
Matter of fact, I know that's you. I know this you Super Kennels because I told you, and I said this when you got off the shoulders now. It was a brother that was telling me about the Sunny dog that you had. Said it was that motherfucker was a badass damn dog. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I could tell you stories on every dog. I did the show about 6 hours for them. I can tell
Yeah,
you about every
yeah.
dog, man. Sonny boy, I did him at the Cubans Latin forced them who got all the Mayday dogs. I could have went and put Sonny boy on 600. They wouldn't put him on him because I'd warned him with him at their yard, destroy the dog.
Damn.
And then I tried to hook him into Barracuda. They gave him an Ozzie Smith. What's the name? What's the name? Ozzie, is it Ozzie Smith? The dude? What's his name? Ozzie?
Ozzie
Ozzie Smith? I
Stevenson.
can't. Ozzie
Ozzie
Stevenson. I
Stevenson.
can't think of his name
Yeah.
because they gave him an Ozzie Stevenson. He's conditioned him. They tuck him in and done him up there by you, Crossroads. I was 30 minutes away from him. I would have destroyed him in 30. I say that on Going Hard Kennels.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. I had Abbott hooked in the Barracuda. Abbott was a 50, 51, 52. I had him hooked at 53. Time to put the forfeits up. They want me to come 54. I was coming up to 53. I was hooked in the Barracuda. I seen them dogs go.
Damn.
Go look at the video. I told him that there. I had him
Damn.
hooked in the Barracuda. I was back there. I know Cardenas. I know Bellion. I was in Mexico. I've seen over 150 shows over there. I went to conventions in Mexico all through the 90s. All the top dog men was there. That's why I went. It wasn't called Mexican Eli. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
called Mexican Eli. That's something new. I never seen nobody using Cardenas dogs around 94. You see Grand Champion Lipita, I was making them. You see Champion Tamale. You see
Yeah.
Champion Cha-Cha. That's 90, that's 97, 98. I'm the only one had. I was going to Mexico buying them dogs and bringing them over from Cardenas and Miranda, me and my homies. We was using
Hey,
them dogs. It wasn't Mexican Eli, man. That's something new. You see, I can tell you a story about Lupita. Lupita killed her father, champion Shorty. Shorty's an Eli dog. I can tell you stories on every dog. Killed their father. The Cardenas was out of, you could ask Mexicans. Cardenas was out of town. They threw the yard boy threw Shorty into the cage to breed to Lupita, and Lupita killed the daddy when the yard boy came back. See, I can tell you stories on every dog. Gaston.
Hey,
I got Gaston whole yard. All of his
damn,
dogs.
damn,
I got
damn,
all the 357, two sisters and a brother. I had all of them.
damn.
Go look at the pedigree on Grand Champion Osama. He came from Gaston also, another buck dog, bullet dog. He's off of Champion Heartbreak. I can run down. He's off of Champion Heartbreak to some Reds bullet stuff. I had these dogs, man. This dude goes to try to go and my friend nephew wasn't even he was a baby when we was doing dogs. We go look at that video with going hard I did. Like I say, you'll see, he'll tell you, I never put no ad. We never put ads up in in the um in the journal or nothing. They know me. Everybody knew us. We never did. We never would make a website.
Hey, Pelican Bay know you now. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you.
You
I
know,
knew you when
yeah,
you told
bro.
me.
You know,
I knew you
yeah.
told me down in the chat when you told me down there. All you had to do was tell me I had you in the book. Once you told me that, like I said, I figured it out. I ain't knew all the other dogs you tell me about. No, I'm looking at the dogs now. But shit,
Listen,
you like you
the,
like you just called out Osama blood without even looking at the pedigree.
yeah. Look at I can even tell you that picture that you see with 357. That's me holding 357. That is the exact day I bred Macho Buck. That was the first sticking. That's when you see a picture of 357 on the leash that everybody that's on his pedigree. That
Yeah.
day, that day is the first day that was the day that Macho Buck was bred. I bred Macho Buck to his mother. Me.
Hey, and that's a hellified credential right there. It's alone right there, dog.
Yeah,
That's a hellified credential alone.
I bred that.
Uh, yes,
I
sir,
stuck that.
man.
I stuck that. Me and my homeboys. I did it. I did it like the breeders. Me and my homeboy. So that picture when you see, that's the picture. That's the day that Macho Buck was getting. That's his mother was getting bred. I know Albert them. They came down and hung out to me with strip clubs. They come down here. I know all of them dudes. You know, this dude
Hey,
tells me, oh, who is this? And I'm like, man, come on, man. Call going hard and ask him, is this me?
I text him, he ain't texting back. He might be asleep or
I
something,
know.
man.
But you
Yeah.
you notice that dude won't name one champion. He trying to go, he trying to the kid that he talk about ain't probably ain't even 21 years old.
Damn.
He won't even name a champion.
And that's what it's all about. Let's name a champion, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you talking about credentials, it's just going back and forth. It's
Mhm.
that simple, man. You call out one, he call out one. That's what they do in the
That's it.
verses. When they do the verses music, you rapping your song, I'm rapping my song. Which song the crowd like the best? You know what I'm
But
saying?
see,
Going back and forth, back and forth.
it's the thing is, like I say, I respect everybody. See, you don't have to. We don't have to even be like disrespectful in name calling. But if a dude got 5 champions, you a top dog, man. I
Yeah,
respect that. But
yeah,
show me something that you was in the game.
yes, sir.
Show me
Uh,
something. Other than that, man, come on, man. Man, come on, man. Just watch the channel. Just watch the channel. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably I can guarantee it. The reason why I know he wasn't a good dog man, because you go on all the good channels, all good dog man. We all respect each other and we know each other. That's why
oh yeah,
I would bet. Like I say, and we could go on what you call it tomorrow. Watch the love that me and going hard show each other. Go on me if I go on any top dog man, we'll show love. So that's why I know that dude ain't got no dogs, ain't have a champion. He's not a good dog man. I could tell the way he talk because we don't talk like that.
yeah, yeah.
If
I got you on
STP
that.
is STP come on the show right now, watch the respect that we have on each other. If Gaston was alive, watch the respect that I give that man. I
Yeah,
used to hang out with that man at his yard in North Carolina, Sanford, North Carolina. I can tell
yeah,
you where he stayed at. I can tell you stories on how I got 357 from Gaston when he was a one-time winner, how I drove him home and towed my car up. I own them. You'll see nose, seals, and nose 357. What that say right there? My name.
Hey,
That bum time or something.
357 toy, 357 tore your car up?
Yeah, man. When I from Gaston, he was a one-time winner. He sold them to me because he grabs stuff. So when you walk him, he grabs bottles or whatever's in the yard, paper or grab or everything, right?
Yeah.
So and he used to grab him. Gaston was kind of older, so he'd grab Gaston pants or anything shaky. So he sold it to him because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So when I get up there, got my rental car, I didn't know he couldn't go to a cage. So when I threw him in the cage, he went there busting it out. Bam, bam, bam. I had to take him out the sky kennel so he won't bust his teeth. Tied him up inside the car. Man, I had to go from North Carolina all the way to Florida because I stay by Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And he tore my
Damn.
whole rental car up. He couldn't go I can even tell you, when he went to shows in the 90s, he couldn't go into a sky kennel. He had to go, we threw him in a trunk and he tore the truck up at every match.
Damn.
Yes. See, I know this was saying this dude saying I ain't a part. I was there. That's my dog. I own him. We threw
I'm
him in a
trying to
trunk. He
pull
never
up.
went to a
No, I was say I was trying to pull up something, but it ain't coming up.
yeah, 357. He never rode to a sky kennel and never was 100%.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. And I heard on one of them other dogs channels, they were saying that he couldn't bite. They didn't know that 357 was a 48-49. I dropped him to
Yeah.
46 and a half and done him. I done him at 47 too. You had a dog close by him, I put him 2 pounds under his weight and jump on you. Just like I was gonna jump on Barracuda and smoke him at 53 with a 51. I've been doing this. I know when you ain't got a dog. I seen him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew Street for the Seven was a monster, and he gon' that. So we dropped him down to the 46 and a half. Second, smoked some dudes. We dropped down to 47. Tuck his mouth away. So people talking he don't bite. Go look at the ones where he went his weight. 357 was a 49. I did him at 46 and a half and 47. We know what a condition.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, man. But like I say, he brought me back on. I ain't want meant to come on. He coming on trying to call somebody some name that he ain't bring up a champion yet.
Hey, boss man, you gotta come with some champions now. You talking about that's why I didn't say that I let him do his own talking. But I knew
Yeah.
when I seen that in the chat about 3 days ago when y'all boys down there arguing with each other, I already knew where it was gonna go to. And I ain't want to
All
I ain't want to I ain't want to say nothing. I just want to let you do your own talking, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I
Let you do
like I
your own
say,
talking.
I respect a lot of dudes. You know, you got champions, and you did something in the game. I respect you. I don't have no disrespect. But when a dude gonna sit there and do what he did, he called me all kind of disrespectful names. Now you got to prove something and show me you was like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but
Oh
everybody
yeah.
that was good, then man, come on, man. We can respect each other. We love these dogs. You ain't got. I ain't call that dude not one name disrespectful. You look at what he called me, all kind of punks, police, all kind of stuff, all kind of stuff. Man, put up what you put up. Show me a champion.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, man. I had to come back up because he running his mouth again, man. I don't want to keep you holding, man. Tell that man to pull up, man. Just watching the channel, enjoy the shows with us, dog men. Get on here. That's it.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I
Hey,
appreciate you.
hey, I appreciate you coming back up, dog. I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah,
you,
man.
man. I like to hear about the 357 dog and them other dogs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like to hear about all them
Yeah.
dogs, man.
Man, I got stories on all them posts, man. I got stories all of them. At
Yeah.
anytime I tell you, run them down for you. I got stories on all of them. I just, like I said, I ran the Sonny Boy down. Sonny Boy would have smoked them dogs, man. He was an ace. He was a monster, man.
Yeah.
He was a
Damn.
monster. Look at his pedigree. I think I told you one time to look at his pedigree. You did it?
I think I pulled it up. Let me
You
see if
put it
it
up
come
before?
up.
Okay. Nah, man.
Oh, you,
That's an Eli dog. That was very, very game. Nothing but Eli in it. But it's Crackerjack and it's Crackerjack skull and all that stuff,
no,
but
I tried to pull it up, but I didn't. How you spell it?
he didn't.
Sonny with Sonny
S
spelled with a
is SONNY. Super
Okay.
Kennels grand champion. He's a grand champion. Sonny boy.
Okay.
hmm He's a cream dog. Look almost white. hmm Yeah, man. But
Yeah,
that's
it
when
didn't
you be
come
saying
up.
like
They ain't
it ain't
have it
come
up
up.
there. Nope.
Okay, but it probably somewhere if you go up, go on Google sometime and you'll find it. Yeah, he on
Yeah.
there. Okay, man. I ain't gonna keep holding you up. Okay.
Hey, no, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you
Yeah.
showing up here, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Come on. When a flunky do that to me, I gotta come on there. I appreciate you open up the line for me. I'm gonna get him.
Hey, I
Go out.
appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, man. Thanks, bro. All right.
All right. You too, man.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm trying to pull this dog up right here. The dog that had Little Country, champion Little Country. He was like that dog when you say 357 was biting every damn thing. And man, I had to put that dog to sleep to get him home, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. We put him in the damn trunk. We closed the damn trunk down. That mother, boom, 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 boom. Tear the trunk. We put him in the back seat first. He went to locking on the back seats, shaking on the back seats, and he was the type of dog like you talking about. He'll grab anything around him, he'll grab it. But the only thing about him, he was blind. This motherfucker had done went blind and shit. And I tried to take him home. Man, he was locking on the seats. I threw him in the trunk. He started tearing the trunk apart. Man, I had to give him a shot and put him to sleep. And he went to sleep until I put him in the back seat and drove him all the way home. And the time I got home, that motherfucker started waking up. And when I was probably about 2 minutes from my house, he started waking back up and shit. Man, look at here, boy. We got home, he was still drilling. He was good, and we put him on the chain. But he was just like that, man, locking on any damn thing. That joker, that's why he never let no kids around him, man. That joker would bite anything. He wouldn't bite no people, but he'd bite anything, a leash, a stick, a tree branch, anything, a soda bottle. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Him and James in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, William Torres, salute to you, big dog. Appreciate you dropping in tonight. We was talking about Omega Red earlier. That was one of the first dogs he called out, Omega Red. Yep, that's one of the first dogs he called out, man. That's coming down. We look at that pedigree. They got unknowns on the bottom side, but on the top side is Dangerous Dan and Gaines Jr. Carolina Kennels Dallas. George's Red Ace and Robinson Big Bug. George's Red Ace Big Bug. So that's two half brothers and sisters bred to get Powell's Buddy Red. Yeah, he spoke about that Omega Red, dog. And all you can do is respect the game, man. It ain't like the brother said in the chat a little while ago, man. Sometimes you just have to say it's my fault, I'm sorry, and keep it going. You know what I'm saying? When you make a mistake. You know, everybody make mistakes. Ain't none of us perfect. You know, and like you said, Boss Man Go, we learn something every day, man. Vance said Buddy was a champion too. Buddy Red. Yep. Sometimes, man, you just have to acknowledge your mistakes and keep it stepping, dog. You know, like I said, I'm just blessed to brush shoulders with a brother like Vance, man. You know, shit. Honored to brush shoulders with a brother like Vance. Shit, that's the way I see it. Yes, sir, man. And I be lying. Like I had to say, I ain't no dick rider. I had to say that while Boss Man Gold was up because what I was about to say. But I love 357 since I've been a teenager, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Since I was a young buck, I love 357. I ain't never had a dog off of him. To this day, I never had a macho buck dog. You know what I'm saying? The closest thing I had to macho buck was a dog I got from P. Nitty a while back that came off of I think she had a damn Mayday Prime in them. Mayday Prime from Evo. Some of that stuff, and that might have been had some macho buck, and I ain't sure. I think that came down off some macho buck stuff. But that's the closest I had to it. Other than that, I never had a macho buck dog or 357 dog. Or, you know, I had a Gaston dog one time that I had about 2011, and I killed the bitch. She was a puppy, and I gave her a shot, an 8-way shot, and I forgot to mix the motherfucker. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I pulled the fluid out and wasn't paying attention, and they shot the fluid in the dog instead of mixing it with the solid. You know, you mix the solid and the fluid together to make a shot. I forgot to mix it. So I gave my dog Parvo, and she died a day or two later. She died. That shit killed her quick too. And once she started getting sick, I realized what happened. I said, damn, I ain't give her that whole shot. Gave her half the shot. That was the only Gaston dog I had. She was gassed at top and bottom. I got her from my brother. And he said in Sanford, North Carolina, that's exactly where she come from. That area right there. The dog that I got. You know. Paul Johnson, big thank you for the $10 donation, brother. I hope you're still listening, man. I didn't see my phone to know you gave me the donation, brother. But I just saw it. Appreciate the $10 donation for the brother Paul Johnson in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody that be rocking with the babe, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all brothers here too long, man. James Nelson, I'm glad you dropped in tonight, brother. We had a great dog man up here giving us some dog history, man. 357, Grand Champion Luger, Grand Champion Abbott, you know, shit. No, when he say Cole Vance, I think he mean like badass. Mr. Nichols, when you said Cole, was you talking about a badass dog or you talking about a cold dog? No, he wasn't cold. He wasn't cold like you talking about like a cold dog. I thought you mean like he was a cold ass dog, like badass. That's what I thought you was talking about. No, he wasn't cold. Hey, Street Rossi, just hit me up on my messenger or something like that, you know, to ask me, or either drop down in the comments if you want to ask me. Know when I finish the show or whatever, drop it in the comments or whatever. You can hit me in the messenger though, man. Facebook or Instagram, either one. Big salute out to Going Hard Kennel, man, because I text them brothers. They probably got something going on. They probably sleep or doing something else, and they hit me back. But big salute and shout out to the Going Hard, because I know they came up and spoke about it as well. But I ain't gonna keep y'all brothers and sisters here too long, man. We talked about line breeding and scatter breeding. We talked about the Mayday family of dogs tonight. We talked about what's more important, the keep, the conditioning, or the bloodline. You know, everybody had different opinions. Appreciate that as well. And I also spoke about what's coming to the future when it comes to breeding these dogs. Dual sires, having dual sires with your litter, and DNA profiling your puppies to see which sire. So it's like, okay, I breed a 357 and I breed a Grand Champion Abbott or Sonny Boy. I breed a Sonny Boy and I breed a 357, and I do a DNA on them and get check, see what these 3 puppies off Sonny Boy and these 3 puppies off of 357. You know, so a lot of people gonna be doing that in the future, man, because of the technology that we got in today's time, you know. But for anybody that does that or say they did that, I wouldn't buy them dog. I wouldn't believe what they're saying unless they got DNA proof that they did it. You know, don't just go off for word of mouth. You got to show and prove these days. This is the same way Brother Vance came up and gave, you know, his bloodlines, what he was running back in the day. See, he was spitting them out too fast. You know what I'm saying? You can't spit stuff out that you just writing and reading and all that shit out that fast like that. You get jammed up, caught up, and start stuttering and can't remember this, can't remember that. The brother knew them bloodlines too fast, man. You know, and every day I don't doubt nothing he was saying anyway from the rip, you know. But he was spitting it out too fast, man. And it's all good dog talk. At the end of the day, there's no need for nobody to disrespect anybody You know, just all about credentials. Put them credentials up, and you don't gotta talk after that. You know, you don't gotta talk once the credentials come up, man. So I appreciate all y'all rocking tonight, man. Okay, Street Ross, I'll be looking for you, dog. I'll be looking for you. I appreciate all y'all rocking tonight. In the chat, I appreciate the brothers that came up, man. Everybody that's listening that's not in the chat, that's riding them 18-wheelers, riding out in your cars on the interstate, you know, just chilling at the crib, but you ain't in the chat. You know, I appreciate all y'all, man. And like I said, I'm just grateful to be able to brush shoulders with great dog men like Vance. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all stay safe out there, man. Y'all stay legal out there. Cause you know, folk always want to say you're doing something illegal. You know, y'all stay legal and have a great night, man. And we out.